Hi guys, it's Heather and I am with the Plot Genie, and today we are going to talk about something that is incredibly vital to having a writing career, and it's your mindset. And I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I'm going to be doing or implementing into my writing in order to work on my mindset. For those who might not be completely familiar, your mindset is sort of like how you feel and what you believe about your writing. Do you feel worthy enough? Do you feel like your books are good enough? Do you feel that you deserve to make money from your writing? Stuff like that. And I didn't realize just how powerful our mindsets could be until I started working on them. And I will say, I've always looked into the law of attraction and mindset work. I just never really implemented it until I read Renee Rose's Right to Riches. I have a link for it down below because I think it's so important. So many mindset books are for entrepreneurs, which is great, but it's really hard to implement them as a writer. A lot of entrepreneurs are charging like thousands of dollars for different packages and you're worth it and blah, 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 blah. And that's great. But that's not our industry. As much as we might want it to be, it's not our industry. And what's different about Renee is she is a writer and she utilized these tools and now she is a 7-figure author. And not only that, she's just so wonderful and so kind. And so I took her course. It's a Right to Riches course that she has paired with the book. And I do the exercises. I'm constantly doing the exercises or listening to her meditations and her tapping. And we'll get into that later in the video. But once I was able to kind of shift perspectives and see how I can utilize mindset for writing specifically, it completely shifted everything in me. And I wanted to discuss the things that I'm doing because maybe it'll help you. Because mindset is that important. Obviously, we need a product, we need to write, but sometimes our fear of writing or our fear of money or our fear of whatever keeps us from the success that we all deserve. So let's just jump into it. Number 1, meditation. I have never been the sort of person who is able to keep kind of a quiet mind. Even now, when I try to meditate, it's really hard for me to focus. But when I really, really want to do it, I will. Luckily, Renee and Lisa Vino have this monthly membership, and there's tons of meditations in it, and I'll link that below as well. But basically, I just love putting a guided meditation. I love just closing my eyes. And I try to do this throughout the day, but usually I can find time for it right before bed. And it just sends me off, and it just sends me off feeling so much better. And when I am working throughout the day, I can remember it, and I can, if like that doubt kind of creeps into me, I can just be like, nope, I release it, it's okay. And doing that every day has really, really helped me sort of remind myself that my books are important. I am important. I deserve to be seen. I am not afraid to be seen, that sort of thing. Number 2 is EFT, or in layman's terms, tapping. And so what this does is it clears negative blocks throughout your physical nervous system by touching different points on your body. And again, Renee has some of these. You can also Google EFT on YouTube. Again, I really like Renee because hers are focused specifically on the writing, and that really, really helps me. But I also really like Brad Yates. He does a lot of money stuff in general. He does a lot of like, you are worthy. So depending on what kind of money blocks or even just core wounds you have, you can definitely find an EFT YouTube video on it. And I've done this sporadically for a while, maybe the last 5 years, but I've started doing it more consistently, like 3 or 4 times a week. And I kind of want to try to do it, if not every day like I do with the meditations, then at least the majority of the week, because after I do it, I feel like a lot of this burden has sort of like kind of just fallen off. And it really kind of helps just relax me and brings me, gives me the space to bring in the joy back into the writing. And I think that that is so crucial. Number three, writing what I love. And this is a mindset thing for me because sometimes it's sort of like, oh, you know, reverse harem is super hot, or monster romance is super hot, or dark mafia is super hot. And these are three things that I do not write in. And I love them. I love the plots. I think that they're amazing. It's just not my zone of genius. And it's sort of like you have that little voice in the back of your head being like, well, this is where the money is. So you either need to get on board or you're not going to be doing it. Or you have that, this is so niche, nobody is going to want to read this. Like, who do you think you are to write this and think that you can make money from this, you know? But I find readers, like I find them, you know, and they might not be like on a huge grand scale, but they find my stories. The right readers will find your stories. You just have to stay true to who you are and who your readers are. Just, for me, like that's kind of a huge shift for me because I thought I had to do things. I had to do certain tropes. I had to do certain, like, whatever. But I really can write what I love and I can still make money doing it. You know, maybe that's somebody else's story. That doesn't have to be my story. I don't have to take that on myself. And it's been hard for sure. And if you watch my January publishing and writing goals, my word for last year was authentic because I didn't think that I was being authentic with who I was in my writing. I was censoring myself. I was worried that people were going to think I was weird or like a lot of shame kind of came up and I didn't want that. And so in 2022, I kind of made it a priority to write for myself and not censor myself and really get graphic or get whatever I needed to do or whatever the story called for. And it's such, like, it took off. I can't explain it to you. It's just like, it's just nice to sort of like, okay, I let that go. I let those possible judgments go. And now I'm writing something that brings me joy. And not only is it bringing me joy, it's bringing my readers joy because they can sense the joy that I have writing it and they're getting it when they read too. So it's kind of like this gift that keeps on giving. The next thing that I'm doing for my mindset, number 4, is journaling. And I had another video where I talked about this a lot, but journaling is really, really helping me uncover some of my core wounds or my blocks when it comes to writing. A lot of the time I think of this amazing, intricate, complex idea with these characters and I'm so shocked, like shell-shocked to like actually write it because I don't think I deserve to have this idea. I don't think I'll do it justice. And just somehow just writing it down like, okay, well, why do you think that? And then free writing it really, really helps me uncover, oh, I didn't realize that, you know, this is a block that's coming up, or, oh, you know what? Now that I have it on paper, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, I can clear this and I can move on. I can start the story. I can take it day by day, whatever I need to do. And it's really kind of become very cathartic. Like I used to journal and that I would write about my day, and that's great. But when I talk about, okay, here's what I felt during the day, like why did I feel this way or why did I react this way? And I just kind of ask my body or my mind the question and I get that answer. I'm like, it really helps me know myself more, and knowing myself more makes me love myself more. And if I love myself more, I believe that I am worthy of things. I believe that I am worthy of success, the success that I want to obtain in my writing career. And so journaling has been so crucial to that sort of self-discovery. And, you know, I even got into it because of Renee, because she implemented in the course, you should make this a daily habit. And so that's what I did. And even if it's a couple of lines, it's something that's important. And it really, really, really helped me. So take it from me, it does help if you want to do it. I don't journal online or anything like that. I have a notebook and I journal like with a pen and everything. And the last thing that I am doing to really help my mindset in my writing career is when things don't go the way that I want them to or they don't go as planned, I look for opportunities, not failures. The biggest thing I have with this is Facebook ads. I've honestly tried Facebook ads so many different times, and it's been really difficult because I seem to be able to create a good ad where I get clicks in a very, very, very good, a CPC or cost per click, but I'm not seeing that return. So instead of saying, oh, my product sucks, no one's going to buy this, whatever, Facebook ads never work for me, I'm never going to do this, I've started being like, okay, well, let's see if I need to update the blurb in order to give it more life. Or let's look at the price and ask the book, okay, is this how much the book should be? Just things like that. Now, this is something I'm still working on specifically with Facebook ads. And I think part of it is I've put a lot of pressure on myself to be like, you cannot be a millionaire if you do not do Facebook ads. And by having such a distinctive charge on those feelings, that's something I'm still clearing to this day. Like, I'm still working on it because I need to believe that money can come from anywhere. I don't have to do ads in order to make $1 million. Just saying that like makes me feel a lot better. But it's like, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do anything to make $1 million. Like, I cannot prescribe a specific plan because then that's interfering with what the universe is trying to do for me. And so when a Facebook ad doesn't work specifically for me, I try to be like, okay, what can I do or how can I pivot? Do I need some time to just figure out a blurb? Do I want to cut down the ad spend? Or do I want to just kind of keep it going for a couple more days and seeing what happens? I'm not afraid to cut an ad. I'm not afraid to keep it going, but I don't use a lot of, high, like I'm $5 a day, maybe $10 a day, depending. So this isn't a video that talks about ads or marketing or whatever. I'm just using this specifically as an example of like, how is it that, like, where I'm like, oh, I really want to be good at this. I really want to be successful at this. But I do think that the universe is like, you're putting so much into these Facebook ads, you're putting so much dependency on them that your energy of desperation is repelling it. So you are making these good ads, but people feel that they don't want to physically buy the book, even if they're clicking through to look at the product page. And so that's something that I need to clear. And I'm sure once I clear it, the money is going to flow. Whether I still continue to do Facebook ads or not, the money will flow in whatever way it's supposed to flow. So those are the 5 things that I'm doing to work on my mindset. What about you? Are you doing anything specific to work on your mindset? Leave a comment below. Again, I've left a couple of things in the comments or in the, to check out, which is Renee's book and Lee and Renee's monthly membership with all of those meditations and stuff that I was talking about before. If you guys haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I post these videos every Tuesday and Thursday of the month because I want to help writers find joy and ease in their story. Your story deserves to be told, and you are the person who is destined to tell it. And I'm just here reminding you of that. So thank you again for being here. I hope you have a great day. Have a good one.